Hey, good morning. Yes, it is. It is the weekend. Today is Saturday, January 4th. So, what are we going to be talking about? Well, I thought this would probably more so geared towards you younger folks, but really for all of us. And that is, how do we create goals? Not just New Year's resolutions, but realistic goals that we will follow through with. Stay tuned. Alrighty, welcome back. My name is Eric, if you didn't already know it, and this is the weekend. We do the weekday Monday through Friday, and then sometimes I go off the rail, but today is kind of iffy, right? Today I'm going to talk about, you know, coming up with goals that you're actually going to succeed at, right? And how do you make goals that are something that you can succeed at? Well, let's talk about that today. Now, I know people that make goals that are so easy that they accomplish them and then they move on. But I'm talking about realistic, even life changing goals, all right? And how do we make them so that we'll follow through on them? Well, just like I said, they have to be realistic goals. They can't be, I'm going to lose 150 pounds and you weigh 140. Come on. But yeah, I see this a lot with New Year's, right? But I also see this with people that make unrealistic, unattainable goals and then give up. And I've also seen people make attainable, realistic goals and give up. So, what is the difference between people that are successful, that approach their goals and accomplish them? What is the difference? It boils down to, let's say you make a goal and you're doing part-time, nights and weekends in your garage, in the shed out back, and you're sitting there thinking, one of my goals for this year is I want to start a small engine repair shop. Now, is that a realistic goal? It could be. It could be. But what are better goals than I'm going to start a small engine repair shop this year? Because if you want to start a small engine repair shop, there's a lot that goes into it, right? And we've talked about there's a preliminary period. And that is when we do our homework. We check demographics. We check to see if there's a need in the area for it to begin with. What's the medium income? The higher the income, the better chances you are of becoming successful. Where's your competition at? Are they filling the needs of the community? Is there room for another person to go full time? See, had the goal been, I'm going to do a checklist and go down through and see if there's a need and if it's feasible, that would have been a better goal to start with, right? And it's an actionable goal because you're sitting there trying to figure out whether it can even be done. Whereas if you set that goal, I'm going to start a small engine repair shop, there's so many steps that you just sidestepped. Some of the things that you really have to take into consideration, whether you're starting a business making a goal for on your personal side, whether it be weight loss, you know, becoming more open and friendly and developing more friendships. Every goal that you look at, there is a preliminary part that goes into it, right? Even if I wanted to set a goal that I wanted to have 10 new friends in my life this year, to some people, that's nothing. They can do that in a heartbeat. On Facebook. Hell, you can get 10 new friends to sign on to your Facebook account, right? But for some of us, that means we have to open up ourselves and allow other people in. And that's not an easy thing to do, right? See, it depends on where you are on that spectrum, right? If you're very, maybe you've been hurt before. Or more than once. And you pull back and you don't want your feelings hurt. So you don't allow other people to see the real you, right? It's a facade. Now, can you guys understand how it would be more difficult for me if I were that person than a regular little socialite that enjoyed being out and about, didn't have those feelings? Of course it would. So it depends upon where you're at on that spectrum too, and where you're going to set your goals. I mean, if you're already doing nights and weekends, you're already halfway into the game, where it's going to be easier for you that compared to somebody that's like, I'm going to quit my day job and start a small engine repair business and never turned a wrench in their life. And if they have, it's one of those guys that tears apart but doesn't know how to put back together. So the biggest thing, this video, what I'm trying to get across to you is goals have to be realistic, and they have to be realistic for you and where you are on that spectrum. Now, when we're setting goals, when I set goals for myself, I don't set really easy goals. All right? I set actionable, realistic goals that I know I can achieve if I decide that's what I want to do. And the thing is, you have to take out should, could, would, all those words, because those words will hold you back. I'm serious. They will hold you back. Shoulda, coulda, woulda, and so on. All right? So you set a goal, and we'll use a repair shop. Can be any business, can be any goal in life. And the goal is, I want to do a feasibility study to see whether opening a repair shop in my area can be done. See, there is a goal that's actionable. It's causing you to do something. Find out if there's room for you as another small engine repair shop to come in. Is there a place, unless you're going to work out of your garage, is there a place that you can set up shop? What are your mechanical skills? Are you going to hire employees? Are you going to be a one-man band? How much debt is too much or not enough? Everybody has their own comfort levels. If you listen to any of my videos, I try to get you in there at little to no debt, because that is a monster that can kill most businesses. Yet you hear a lot of business people say, why use your own money? Use other people's money to achieve what you want. That's fine unless you lose your ass, right? And now you've lost other people's money. And then I've heard others say, well, borrow from friends and family. Don't. Don't. I'm telling you right now. I'd rather borrow from a stranger than I would a family member. Not that it would be easier to deal with if I lost my ass with it, but because if it's a friend or family, they're going to be poking their nose in all the time. And they're going to keep reminding you of that debt. And it's going to be to a point of where it's stuck here and it's actually holding you back from taking the right chances. And life is full of chances. I mean, there's a little bit of luck out there, but for the most part, the people that become successful at whatever they want to do in life, and that's just not in business, that's in anything, are the ones that take it to the next step, are the ones that follow through. Simply put. Crawl, walk, and run. In the beginning stages, you're crawling. You're checking out a lot of stuff to find out if that whatever you have decided you want to accomplish is achievable. That's your preliminary, right? And then from there is taking that next step. See, life is full of chances. This is what I'm trying to get across to you. And that life is very short. It's a blink, right? And if you're young, like I was, you think you're immortal, that nothing can hurt you. And it can't. I mean, it really didn't affect me till I was 62 with quadruple bypass. But if you take back to in my late 30s, I was involved in a mine cave-in that had total shoulder reconstruction, spinal fusion in my neck, a blue disc out of my back. Life is short. If you look at St. Jude's Children's Hospital, you'll see a hospital full of young kids dealing with cancer with their parents. You can go at any time. And that's the attitude I want you to have. Is if you think your time is immortality, then you may put things off in life that would make things better for you or become a better person, right? But if you know that time has limits and that the man upstairs can decide that today is the day. If you have not done what you wanted to do, you won't get that chance. See, I know that if you guys that don't believe in God, I'm okay with that, all right? I'm okay with it. But I do, okay? And I did before I had my quadruple bypass. But for some reason, he spared me on the table. Right? If you watch one of my prior videos where I had just come out, I was without blood and oxygen to my brain for 7 minutes. And they thoroughly thought I would be a vegetable when they took me off, when they brought me out of the induced coma 2 days later after my surgery. And I surprised them. And then it's not so much I surprised him, but he did. They couldn't believe that I was jabbering up a storm. But I understand that I may not make it through today, tonight, this coming week, month, year. My time has limits. I may not get out of this vest, the defibrillator vest. And I'm okay with that. Why am I okay with that? Because one of the goals, things that I promised myself, once I come out, was I wanted to rekindle and nurture the relationships I had with family and friends. Because that never was top priority with me, because time, I had plenty of time, right? But that's one of the things that's most important to me right now is the relationships I have with my family members and my friends and neighbors that are willing to, at the snap of a finger, willing to come up and give me a hand no matter what it is. Even right down to helping take showers. And you ask, why is that? Is it because of the goodness of their heart that they just want to do something good? Maybe, to a certain point. But they understand that in a heartbeat, no pun intended, I would do reciprocal. I would do the same in a heartbeat. No questions asked. And I've always been that way. I don't receive very well. But if someone is in need, I will stop what I'm doing and help that person. Even if it puts me behind, I will stop and I will help that person. And I was watching a movie last night where the guy said it's better to be the faucet than the drain. And I had to think about that. See, the drain is sucking people around you dry, using them. A faucet is giving. Giving without getting anything in return. So I'm going to start wrapping this up. But what I want you to know and understand is there is time limits. You're only here for a blink of the eye. And life is full of chances, okay? You're making choices on a daily basis based on experience. The older we are, the wiser we get for some of us. People like me, you got to do it a number of times to learn. No, I'm just kidding. Goals are the same way. Making a realistic goal and then taking the chance to follow through with it. And that's what separates people that are successful at things they do in life versus people that just can't seem to get out of that rut. No matter what they do, they can't get out of that rut. And I've seen friends that be down on their luck and they're grasping for anything. They're out buying lottery tickets, thinking they're going to win big and that's going to solve their problems. They get into some pyramid schemes and think that's going to solve their problems. They're always looking for things that will never materialize and you can't tell them any different. If you sat down and tried to explain to them, here are the steps to get you out of this hole. Because right now, the only way is up. All right? And that's one of the things that when I've lost it all at times, that was always my attitude. Was, look, the only way is up. Because if you start to you're doing well and you got a lot of material things, you got money in the bank, you're protecting instead of taking a lot of chances, right? And what do I mean by that? You're worried about losing what you have versus gaining what you don't have. Yes, you're spending more time trying to keep what you have. And that's also keeping you from taking chances to get even better for a lot of people. So what I want to leave you with today is time. There are limits. you could go at any time. With that attitude, you will take the chances needed to accomplish realistic, attainable goals that you want to accomplish in life. And any goal that you decide you're going to do, you have to understand, break it down to its smallest parts. And any goal that you have, there may be 5 to 10 smaller goals within that goal. But either way, you're going to have to take a chance. You're going to have to take a chance on yourself and on others. And what I found is if you're genuine, people will gravitate towards you. If you create this facade, people will wonder why you're pretending to be something that you're not. And tendency to move away because they don't know who the hell you are, right? And that goes back to friendships. It could be because you've been hurt so many times that you don't want to get hurt again. What I want you to learn from that is who hurt you. And don't set yourself up to be around those people again. Friends don't hurt other friends. You have to take a chance. There are good people out there that would make your life better, that you would make their life better, if they could only see the real you. And whether it be starting a small engine repair shop, any kind of business, any kind of goal, what have you, it starts with you taking those chances. So on that note, you guys have a great Saturday, and I'll probably have the Sunday sermon tomorrow. We'll get off the rail. All right.